Hey everybody, thank you for joining me. So I wanted to bring you another video on a topic that I think is pretty interesting and pretty important. Um, I don't know if the video will be that long, but lately I was thinking about um, how do we achieve our divinity? And the divinity is basically, from what I understand, and of course, don't quote me on this, I'm not really an expert in it or anything, but from what I understand, our divinity is our oneness with God. So understanding, to me, it's understanding our oneness with God and achieving oneness. Now, I believe that, of course, in the Bible it says you are the temple of the living God, which means we are already one with God. But really, I think understanding what that means, that and it will be it's tough to understand, I would say. But really to fully understand it and embrace it, that the Spirit of God is in us. We really don't know how amazing and powerful that is to have the Spirit of God in us. So it's about the whether it's, a lot of people, we talk about law of attraction, a lot of assumption. So we can talk about our creative power because God is in us. Um, but that can be one part of it, and maybe that helps us to see it even more clearly that God says a word and that's it. So that's how we can create too. That we can speak on things, speak things into existence. Yeah, I'm sure maybe you've heard people say that, like when you think about prayer, like some people think of prayer of asking for something. Think of prayer as like instead um giving thanks for, saying, God already gave it to you and you're giving thanks for it. So, and feeling this appreciation, this gratitude, because you already got it. Imagine that you wanted this thing, whatever it is, a gift or something, and you got it. God gave it to you. You'll be so excited, celebrating, laughing, having fun, playing, because you already got this thing. So it's like that, feeling into what it feels like to already have that thing. And the more you do that and the more you say it, the more you appreciate it, the better you feel. And you get into a place where you can you can really appreciate and fully feel what it feels like to have that thing. So if you are having some struggles with that, just imagine some experience that you had in the past where you got something that you wanted, but it was something big that you wanted and big to you. So it could even be like a real copper penny, let's say. It doesn't have to be anything big, because a penny is 1 cent, but to you maybe it was huge. Maybe you're looking to add it to your coin collection and you got it, whatever it was, and you're saying this is so great, and you bouncing around life and having fun. When you think about it, if you like the idea of hacking things or having tips, tricks, tools, just consider this, that you capture the feeling before you even got the manifestation. So just think about how, maybe you're waiting for someone to call you back and tell you if they had this penny that you want, or this, I don't know, trading card, or this um some other sweater, dress or shoes or a jacket or boots or whatever, gloves, something, purse, um, a sweatsuit, whatever. Let's say that you're waiting for someone to call you back or to text you and let you know if they got this thing and how excited you feel. And now you're just bouncing around. Sometimes you're anticipating, you're expecting, because your expectations can also create. But imagine the feeling you're in, this excitement, this like joy, this sometimes you feel elated, but because you don't know, but you know. And then when they get back in touch, they say, yes, yes, I have it. You're excited, jumping around, because there was so much anticipation, so much excitement and all that. The feeling that you get creates things. So just keep in mind that that can happen, that you can create things by your excitement, your emotion, your expectation, your desires. It could be really lightning fast too, because I've done it in under a minute. Um, and it was just me having fun. It was like I was playing, driving along, having fun, playing, and next thing I know, I get the exact thing that I asked for. So it is possible. Have fun, be excited, play in this life. Um, and you'll see, like, you'll never know how fast you could get things, just how many things you could get. But like I was saying, for you, I was thinking about your divinity. So really achieving your divinity, what does it mean? And so again, I'm not an expert on it, but I had this experience of achieving my divinity maybe about a year or so ago. And it's not it's not only that, actually. I probably had it when I was a little kid and I had this out of body experience, but you know sometimes you feel this oneness with your parents or with family members or friends. It's like you connect, like you're the same person, understanding, knowing that you are one, that there's no separation, like um but I I would say this experience stuck out about a year ago that I had um, with a client that I was working with. And I felt like, I don't think I told her, I don't know how she would have felt. It might have freaked her out, but I felt this oneness with her. Like she was telling me, about her story and just being honest and open and really, you know, exposing the things that happened to her when she was a kid. And um, I felt like there was no separation between us. Like I had merged into her wherever she was, and I was looking back at the screen, and I was like, whoa, it was such an amazing experience that I had. And it felt like it was nothing, you know, like it was natural. It was a natural state for me to be in. And when I had it, I was just like, whoa, it felt so normal. It felt so amazing to feel this. And then I felt it with my twin flame as well, I would say. And now, talking about one experience brings back the other experiences that I had. But I feel like, with my mom, I had it too, where I was able to see through her eyes. I was sitting in my place in Chicago area, and she was about 4 hours away. And my sister had just had a little baby. And the baby, my sister likes to play and have fun. So she was kissing the baby on the cheek. And when you kiss a baby on the cheek or on the side of their mouth, they will turn because they have that rooting reflex. They will turn towards something like it's a bottle, and they'll try to suck the milk from the bottle, but there's no bottle there. So, um, the I could see through her eyes. That was, when was that? I want to say 2010, 2011. It was a long time. Um, So having these experiences, it was a remote viewing experience where I could see what was going on there, but I was in a different place. That's not the only one that I've had. It's pretty awesome. I would say they're probably the same type of experience. We just don't think of it that way, but it's where we're merging with the other person. Like I could see through her eyes, and it was like I was her. Um, and with my twin flame, having the experience, and I think maybe just feeling like no, there's no separation between us. And and when you do that, it's such an honor to me. So it's I don't have the language to say it except it is pretty amazing to have the experience with someone like that, that you feel like there's no separation, there's no boundaries between the two of you. And some people, it does freak them out because they do feel like they merged with the other person. They're not their self anymore. But other people are like, no, it was amazing. It was, phenomenal. It was fantastic. It was all these things to be one with another person, to be able to see through their eyes, to feel what they feel. Um, I would say also, it's interesting, but I think the mastermind is like that too, to really be able to get into another person's mind. But I feel like achieving our divinity is that the oneness. And so it was around the same time, like 20, it was 09, um, 08, 09, that I had a lot of spiritual experiences. It was really like I was in Chicagoland, and it was really developmentally a, a big leap for my spiritual development at that time. Some very spiritually formative experiences that I had that were very powerful. I did my first 3-day liquid fast at that time, and it was just amazing. It was crazy. But and when I say that, I mean that, and it was amazing. It was, nothing compared to that experience, I would say. But so, um, um, 08, 09, reading, different books and stuff like that. I was reading several books. I was reading, um, and like I said, I did the 3-day liquid fast, the first one, and just, it was a time where I went through a lot actually. But that's the time, it's interesting. That was the time when I had the most spiritual development. So that says something for our experiences, that we be thinking that we going through some that is this is hard times and all this stuff, but really that can be uh when we have our biggest leaps in spiritual development. Um, and then I think we need to start thinking about how we can create these whatever times we have, good times or not, that we, are thinking about, okay, like for me, I'll do fasting still, the liquid fast or sometimes a dry fast, or I'll do different things to continue my spiritual development. And I know that it leads to more and more, being spiritually powerful and things like that. And just, and lately have been feeling people's feelings, thinking their thoughts, having their experiences. And I'm like, this is so, like, I'll talk to them a few days later. And I'm like, this is just so wild that this is happening. But it's happening more and more, and I'm grateful for it. And I keep, trying to stay on top of the practices. I need to do a better job of it because I ain't doing that good at it. But what I'm saying is to continue, to try to continue to do these things. We continue to develop, we continue to grow in our powers, and there's no telling what we could really do. So, um, I was doing recently this, the just praying and really getting into it. Every time I do it, I want to, really get into the prayer, pray for everyone, and and I start, like I said, experiencing, thinking people's thoughts, feeling their feelings, and I feel like I'm really tapping into the what people might call the ether or the field, or the spirit, and really connecting with these people. So just keep that in mind. That's something that I want to do more of too, that I need to get back to. And that's thinking about like some, like in the book The Law of Attraction, Napoleon Hill talks about you can have a meeting with, I don't know, say it was Dale Carnegie or this one or that one. You could have a meeting with someone like that, but it's a spiritual meeting. And just think, imagine you're sitting at a table and you're talking to someone like that, or Rockefeller, or whoever, people that even have passed away that you can actually talk to. Um, and they'll give you tips and things like that for your, growing financially or whatever. Just keep that in mind, that we have the ability to do a lot of things that we don't know that we could do. Um, and I'm not suggesting that you do anything bad or evil or anything like that, but just keep in mind that there are a lot of things that you can do. And even if you want to, meet, say, spiritually with people who are alive and ask them for advice, you can do that. It's just you getting quiet, getting to a place where I think, you know, you're being peaceful and, relaxed. And then you put the question out there, and there's no telling how much information you could really get from doing that. So I just wanted to share that. And also, I'll bring you some more videos soon. Looking forward to talking with you again. Um, and I will plan on bringing another video soon about topics like these. All right, y'all. Love y'all. And I will talk to you soon. As always, happy lightning fast manifesting. Um, and I would encourage you to continue to try to focus on achieving your divinity. All right. Love y'all. Bye for now.